Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jay with Jay Creating Wealth. And today I want to talk to you about the pursuit of happiness and purpose. This is actually my story. Most people, they don't tell their story, until they're successful. How they started off at the bottom just to make their way to the top. So today, I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of my story. All right. So I'm going to start off from where? The beginning. But listen, around May last year, I started my journey with online marketing. And during which time I found my purpose and my passion. And that was helping, inspiring, and motivating people to succeed in life and in business. I was so intrigued with the joy I found, I didn't want that happiness to end. And although my happiness was found within my purpose, my whole life started to change. Everything started changing. My whole world was now different. And part of that was due to me. But you know what? The devil was busy in my life, but so was God. While in the midst of all the powerful emotions that I was having within myself by inspiring and helping so many people, I felt my whole life around me was falling apart, and it was. My whole world was crumbling right before my eyes. I was having problems in my personal life. I had people trying to interrupt my online business right when I was reaching a momentum in it. I started having financial issues. I had people trying to steal my identity. I lost my grandmother 3 days before Christmas, and I lost a good family friend 2 days before that, 2 days after that, along with everything else that was happening in my life at that time. You know what? I felt as if my whole world, the whole world was against me. I felt it was coming at me at every angle with full force. However, now I know, these were merely distractions to, keep me from, striving ahead and reaching at my destination. But during this time, I often felt, like I didn't deserve happiness. Like I didn't deserve, to live out my purpose in this life. Because you know what? When I found out what my purpose was, the world I once knew was in the process of being destroyed. I felt broken. I felt like a failure. I felt like my life was at rock bottom. And it was. It is. But I couldn't let that stop me. I couldn't let it stop me. I was tumbling to a low point in my life. And my world was spiraling out of control. I didn't know what to do. I felt like I lost control of my life. But yet, I knew I had a purpose and a dream, and I couldn't let that go. As a matter of fact, I refused to let that go. I wouldn't let anything stand in my way. I refused to get knocked down and stay there, even if my inner self was telling me I didn't deserve it, that I didn't deserve that happiness. My pursuit for happiness and purpose outweighed every problem I was dealing with in my life. So you know what? I got back up like the Taurus bull that I am, and I faced my current reality. My only focus was achieving happiness, success, purpose, and realizing the person I used to be, the person I turned into, and the person that I was becoming. I was finally able to come to terms with what God set before me to achieve. My life turned in an entirely different direction than I ever could have imagined. And this was partly due to my own decision making and partly due to conditions out of my control. Recently I made a major life-changing decision that ultimately turned my world upside down. And it actually turned some other people that I love dearly worlds upside down as well. And this was all in the midst of all the turmoil I was going through. You know, although most may not understand why I made this decision for my life, is one that I ultimately have to live with for the rest of my life. And this decision, it wasn't made out of malice or ill will or hate. I just had to follow my heart and my spirit in pursuit to find my happiness, joy, and purpose out of this life. Because after all, aren't we supposed to live a fulfilled life? You know, some may say I quit. Some may say I gave up. And those same people or other people may say I didn't try hard enough. But no one has lived the life that I lived. No one has walked in my shoes except me. You know what I say? I say I gave it all I had to give until I had nothing left. Some may not believe that, but I gave it my all. No one except God knows what was in my heart and the emotions that ran through my soul. Once you lived my life in my shoes, then maybe, just maybe, you'll have a full understanding of my decision-making process and the choices that I've made for my life. Now at rock bottom, hell yeah, it's scary. Yes, I am nervous. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And yes, I'm about to venture into an unknown path as I move forward on this journey. But these are all elements of change and growth. And I welcome that. To some, my recent decisions may seem out of character for me. They may seem erratic. They may seem out of sorts. But please understand that some of us become masters at hiding and internalizing our problems until we've reached a breaking point. And when we reach that breaking point, there's really no turning back, unfortunately. I'm a whole new person now. I'm no longer the person I used to be. The new me sees value in myself. I see my self-worth. I see a purpose in my life greater than myself. And I know I can't stop here. I can't stay stagnant anymore. I've grown in a direction I've never seen my life going, nor did anybody else. But yet, I trust and believe that God's guidance will lead me to my destination. I also keep the faith that this was what I was meant to do. This is the path I feel I am led to follow. Now, I know for a fact that I have hurt people along the way. For that I apologize. And I know I may not have handled things in a manner most feel I should have done. Hell, I apologize for that as well. But what I will never apologize for is pursuing my happiness and my purpose. I really hope that those who I've hurt and disappointed will find a way to forgive me one day, as I'm learning to forgive myself. But I have to move forward, stay faithful in God's grace, and continue on my journey. Some decisions in life are not as easy as they appear to others looking in, because you're simply looking in. In fact, we make difficult decisions every day. But what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. And if you don't change, you'll never grow. If we are not happy in our lives, then that's an indication that we are not living to our full potential or the life we've always dreamed of living. If that's the case, if that's so, then it's time for a change. Is it that time for you? Because for me, it's time for that change. You know, when you're at rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. Because you know what? I'll never give up. And I encourage you not to give up either. So with that being said, again, I apologize for those that I've hurt along my way. But happiness, that is what we live for. To be happy in this life. And to live out our purpose. And I encourage you not to give up either. Alright guys, if you found value in this video, or if you think somebody else could find value in this video, please go ahead and show me some love, on it, like it, share it, comment, tell me what you think, because, we all go through struggles in life, and I am no exception. Somebody else's struggles could be a blessing or encouragement to others. So with that being said, peace out, and I love you all.